You go on vacation. It's something you've scrimped and saved for. But what if something catastrophic happens? Are you covered for medical care or other losses? Mary Beth Wenger reports tonight you might be stunned at what you're not covered for, even if you plan ahead. And the balance could come out of your hard-earned savings.
Like many retirees, John and Helen Pierce of Berkshire County love to travel. But this past May, just after they crossed the Canadian border from Maine, the Pierces had a catastrophic car accident that changed their lives forever.
She broke the fifth vertebrae in her neck, and that was the major injury. And she had to spend a week and a half in St. John Regional Hospital in St. John, New Brunswick.
John got through with just scrapes and bruises, but Helen was paralyzed. In a few days, they got an even bigger shocker. Medicare did not cover them outside the U.S.
We found out that it was zero, no coverage whatsoever. We were out of the country.
As soon as Helen was stable, they flew her out, but the air ambulance cost them $16,000.
It has to be paid up front. So good thing we had a credit card that had a $20,000 limit.
Right now, Helen is convalescing at a hospital in Atlanta, while John is struggling to shoulder the staggering bills.
They're more than my retirement, I can tell you that.
Consequently, the Pierces are looking at selling their Berkshire County home, their retirement home, and many assets. They were smart enough to get supplemental insurance, but that didn't cover everything.
Before you travel, you really need to have insurance. Even for people that are covered, to some degree, they may not be fully covered.
Stephanie Abrams hosts a syndicated travel radio talk show, sponsored in part by the travel insurance industry. She says there are all kinds of travel policies available.
A lot of people trying to pinch pennies don't want to pay the cost of travel insurance.
Well, penny wise, pound foolish. Generally speaking, 4 to 8% of the cost of your trip.
Abrams says if you need transport to the U.S., as the Pierces did, it can be costly.
And I've heard numbers that go anywhere from $120,000 for someone to get back from Brazil to $160,000 for someone who was brought back from Sicily.
But for $295 a year, a family can get on a plan that would let them fly in an air ambulance anywhere they want. A fundraiser at Cranwell Resort in Lenox, where Helen once worked, raised $19,000 for the Pierces. But as far as insurance goes, John now advises, don't leave home without it.
I checked to see what my coverage was. Never checked to see what my coverage wasn't.
In Pittsfield, Mary Beth Wenger, CBS 6 News.
We wondered what kind of coverage you might have on the popular HMO plans for people who are still of working age around here. We did some digging and checked up on CDPHP. They say those on their commercial plans have worldwide coverage and should only be responsible for their copay. Similarly, MVP says most of its HMO members are covered for urgent and emergency care outside of the country. And we wondered what travel insurance will get you, so we checked in with Plaza Travel. They say it depends on the cost depends on the age of the person and the policy that they choose.